Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, podcast family? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 431 for August 12th, 2025. I'm Phil Graham. I'm so glad you're here. I've got a great episode for you guys today. I'm going to be talking about why I love testing so-called ugly ads. They're not really ugly, but ugly ads. There are so many people that want to promote something. If they got an idea for an ad, they want to promote their product or service, and they either wait and don't do it because they can't come up with the perfect video ad, or they can't afford to pay a videographer, or they actually do pay a videographer some huge amount of money for this perfect ad, and then it doesn't work very well. When I'm testing a brand new offer, a lot of times I'm going the opposite direction from the so-called professional video and polished graphics, and I go straight for what I would call ugly ads. Again, they're not ugly, but we'll call them ugly ads. They're raw, they're real, they're simple, they're relatable. And you know what? A lot of times they work way better than so-called professionally polished crap. People see through that. They don't like that for the most part anymore. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about not only why ugly ads are one of my favorite ways to run ads, but how you can use them to get faster feedback, and hopefully sometimes it'll create better results for you. I always say, if you've got an idea or you want to promote something, don't wait for some professional videographer to do it. Grab your phone, record something, and run it. Those so-called ugly ads just might be the best performing ads you've ever launched. You never know until you try. Obviously, you've got to have the right strategy. You've got to have ad hooks. You got to have a lot of things in addition to that. But these so-called ugly ads can many times be very powerful. Before we dive in, I wanted to mention this is mid-August. Oh my gosh, this year is going so fast. I hope you guys are enjoying the summer or winter if you're over like in Australia. But for a lot of people, it's summer. I know it's been super hot, so many different places. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're staying cool. And by the way, we are almost in holiday season when it comes to ads. It's crazy. This year is going so fast. It's a great time to be planting your seeds now when it comes to ads and building trust for the reward during the holiday season, which we're just a couple months away from. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of this time. And if you are looking for some help with your ads, whether you might want some one-on-one coaching and consulting specific to you in your exact situation, I think it's the best way in the world to learn. Or maybe you want somebody to just run your ads for you so you don't have to mess with it. For either one of those things, just go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital. We can connect, set up a short Zoom call, and go from there. So I want to jump in, and first and foremost, I want to say that when I am talking about ugly ads, I don't mean bad ads, and they're not actually ugly, but I mean real ads, unfiltered, just regular ads. So for example, selfie style with your iPhone, just a basic ad that is not perfectly shot from a videographer. I'm talking about ads that look like actual real content on a feed. They don't necessarily always look like ads, and that's really the point. So let's talk about why ugly ads can work really well in many situations. Number one, it can look and feel native to whatever platform it is, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, etc. Many times people will scroll right past clear, like billboard type ads that are polished and perfect. But a regular like lo-fi video, and when I say lo-fi, I mean, if you're shooting with an iPhone or a nice phone, it's really good quality. These phones are amazing. But we'll call it lo-fi compared to like perfection from a professional videographer. When you're shooting a regular lo-fi video, you just grabbed your phone and you shot a video or took a photo, A lot of times it might look and feel like something their friend may have just posted. It doesn't look necessarily like an ad. And that alone can be a great hook and can help get their attention and help them trust you more and help you or your brand become more relatable. Let me be clear though. When I say, use your phone, I'm not talking about like having bad lighting and bad audio and stuff like that. You don't want to do that. Trust me. So you want to have some good quality lighting and audio. However, you don't want to go the opposite direction and have to pay some videographer for perfection. Because again, time and time again, I've seen regular ads work well. Regular videos work a lot better than highly produced videos because people just don't trust that highly produced stuff very much. So it feels native. Number two, another reason why it can work, it's a lot faster to test. If you're not paying for somebody to professionally do a video shoot, a lot of times you can make 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 video ads yourself with your phone in the same amount of time that you might have gotten one perfectly polished ad. So that means that you are getting speed. First of all, there's a good chance they're going to work better than the polished stuff anyway. And second of all, you can test them way quicker and you can adapt based off of what the data is telling you, and also cheaper as well. And then number three, it's also lower risk. Nobody's going to create perfect videos every single time, but let's say you do a video or an offer and it just flops. It just does horrible, for example. Well, guess what? It was low risk because you didn't spend really any money on having the video done and hardly any time to create it. So you can just be nimble and adapt and create something different, follow the data and keep making it better and better without spending a fortune with professional video that probably won't work that great anyway. So these days, when I would use, and again, let me be clear, it's not an ugly ad. It doesn't look ugly. It doesn't sound bad. Doesn't look bad. It's just in some people's minds, if they don't have a professional videographer, it just stops them cold in their tracks and they don't even run an ad. Or they make the mistake of paying thousands of dollars for one amazing video that doesn't even work that well, that they could have done better for free with their own phone. So just be very careful. You want to run these ads that you shoot with your phone. And like I said earlier, you've still got to have a strategy behind it. You've got to have a great hook at the beginning. You've got to have some great content, a great offer, a great machine behind the ad to give it a great chance to work. But when we're talking about ads themselves, you could have all that great stuff, but if you have a perfectly polished ad, it might just bomb because people don't trust it. So you got to be careful. So what makes an effective so-called ugly ad, even if it's not polished, let's say, it looks relatable and good, it still needs a clear hook. You've got to grab their attention. It still needs some great content. One really clear core message. You might want to educate, you might want to inspire, you might want to differentiate, things like that. And then lastly, it doesn't always need this, but a lot of times you want to give them a reason to do something, to click, to sign up, to buy, whatever the case may be. So ugly does not mean sloppy, it just means real and relatable. And a lot of times those ads work better than perfectly polished videos. So I highly recommend you guys test these so-called ugly ads because sometimes they're some of our best winners. And again, make sure you've got good audio quality, good video quality. Ugly doesn't mean sloppy, remember, but it doesn't mean perfection either. Done is better than perfect. And then you keep testing and adapting. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique. Results can vary. There's no guaranteed outcomes. So always keep that in mind. My friends, episode 431 is in the books. Thank you guys so much for being here. One of the most favorite parts of my week. And guess what? Next week, I've got a great show for you. I'm going to be talking about 3 super easy ways that you can generate better hooks for your ads in less than 5 minutes. So make sure you guys check that out. And until then, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Keep enjoying the summer. or winter if you're over somewhere else far away. And I will talk to you guys on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.